A little coffee in my cup. Sounded like little ding ding notification ding dings. We like to hear them. We're liking them. We're liking those notifications. Debbie. What's up? We got Nick. Hello, Nick. Hello. Ooh. How's it going, everybody? What is today? Monday or Tuesday? Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Okay. Yeah, my trees got cut down. Okay. We got good video for you guys, man. Oh, shit. I've been a busy little bee today. I already had my credit card refused twice. Yeah, man, I got my coffee. I'm good. Debbie, how are you? Pam, hello, Pam. Haven't seen you in a while. Long time. Baubansky. Okay, we are going to get rid of this. Give me a second here, guys. Give me just a second here with this chat. All right, hold on. It shouldn't take long. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's a done deal. That wasn't that hard to do. And the coffee's ready. Yeah, his stuff's already blocked. Look at that. Okay, great. We'll put that back up. Chat. Get rid of this. Remove that. Okay, good. My coffee's ready. Hey, Lee. Bad Blue Jaws. I've been here. You've been quiet. Pam, why are you quiet, man? Why don't you guys let me know when you're out there watching? I want to hear from you, man. I want to know who supports the show. Oh, yeah. We've already got the creamer out. We're right here. All we got to do is cream it up, son. Creamer. Give me some creamer. You got that creamer? So Mark's out back right now, finishing up, doing some cleanup work. The trees are down, but I got video. I got some spectacular fucking video, man. It's because, you know, I've noticed a lot of times when we do these, I'm so far away, you don't get to really see the lumberjacks at work. Well, this time I zoomed in so you could see them cutting and stuff. So it'll be a little bit more of an interesting, I think, presentation of the trees. We'll see. That some of them are in landscape and some of them are in portrait. It's because I wanted you to see the whole tree fall down. So I wanted to go lengthwise with the well, and I want to show you guys gas prices. Let me hear from y'all. What are your gas prices? I want to show you what our gas prices were. Look at these gas prices. $5.19, $4.89. I pay $5.19 because I'm diesel. Unleaded premium's almost $5. Can you believe that? Welcome to California, son. Okay. Let me get, I bought some, let me show you what I bought today. I bought 4 of these Charge 4s. I fucking love them. Now I know how awesome they are, so I got a whole bunch of them. You know, I'm going to have them all over. You know, one for the vehicle, one for the jacuzzi, you know, one for my laptop. But these Charge 4s, man, I freaking love them. So what I'm going to do, let me go grab that really quick, and we'll be able to hear everything. also something really cool. You know, my Glock case doesn't have a lock on it. I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, wow, it's so weird to have a gun case that doesn't have a lock. It doesn't even have a hole for a lock in it, right? So in order for me to carry my 45 auto with me when I travel in the state of California, it's got to be unloaded in a locked box, right? Well, this thing didn't have a lock on it, and this lock wouldn't fit through this handle. So you know what I did? I drilled a hole through the handle right here on the other side. I drilled a hole all the way through. Boom. Instant locking case. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. You guys like that? Like that? Traveling with my Glock, baby. Love it. All right. Now we've got the audio here. So this is you're gonna hear these chainsaws running, man. It's gonna be fun. I think you guys are gonna like this. Let's get ready here. Let me get the video up and running. Get my Covfefe out the way. Let's see, this can go here. And the camera is gonna go right over here. No, it's too high. Camera might go better like this. There we go. Great. Great. Okay, man. Now, just give me a second here. Get that off the screen and see if we got audio connected. Stop it, Rogan. Stop it. Little sip of Covfefe here.
By cedar tree. Right on the wood pile. He's like, that is a big stick.
All right, let's go to the next one, which this one will be HD as promised in widescreen here. Give me a second. It's this one right here. It's huge. This is the tree right here, and it's going to come up onto my neighbor's property a little bit. So we got him down there. We got his permission to drop it on his lot. And Mark's going to haul it off after we do it. So after they start cutting into it a little bit, we'll be back here in a second. We got $44,000 Bitcoin, guys.
Stop it, Rogan. Stop.
You guys got all kinds of gas prices. Look at this. Holy shit.
No, you stay right here.
I'm reading what you guys are saying. I'm taking my pills. No, I just changed the oil in my truck for this trip. Actually, just had it changed. Here, let's see. Some beardless dude took over your show. I was confused, Kim. $3.19 a gallon, $3.16 in Indiana, $3.39 in Kansas, $3.40 in Tampa, $3.39. You guys have very consistent prices. $3.39, $3.65 in North Carolina. Youngsy talks weird.
Stop it. No.
$3.15.
Rogan, no.
Gas,
Stay here.
$3.45. Okay, cool.
Oh my goodness, look at you. Stop it, Rogan. Stay.
Rogan was twisting me all up. It was hilarious.
Stop it, Rogan. Stop. Stay right here. He is so strong and very determined. You're very determined. Yes, you're very cute and very determined. Oh, this coffee's so good. Yeah, any of that wood is usable. You know, you can use it for firewood. You can cut beams out of it. You can make rounds out of it. All kinds of uses, definitely. The tree was 200 years old, man. I counted the rings on one of them. Over 200 years old. And they estimated the tree to be about 130 feet tall, the big one. And you wouldn't believe what this cost me to have it done.
As many times I've heard Greenlaw
cut down giant trees. It usually doesn't take them this long, you know? That's a big one. Come on. Come on. They're driving a wedge. It's a shame when trees too far gone to put it to use. I know. Yeah. We took them down before they got eaten up.
No.
I want to do a bong rip, so we've got a very yeah, we're gonna take that one down. That video is about halfway done, guys, of that tree falling. And then there's another one, but that's the big one. So let's take a break. Let's go ahead and do a bong rip. What do you guys say? Got my little hat on. You guys like that? Got my little. This is my travel hat. It's when I'm getting ready to go traveling. I wear my travel hat. Bonging and let's see. I'm gonna go with plant number 2. I didn't check it for seeds. I probably should have. All right. I haven't found a seed in forever, though. No law regarding big ass trees that needed to come down that are fucking down. And I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I haven't checked yet. We might have a better connection to the internet now because those trees were in the path of the satellite for sure. So, you know, great, you know, right? Great. I'm just kind of wondering how's the connection been so far? Will you let me know in the chat, please? You guys are probably getting ready to smoke with me, huh? Cheers. Eric says good connection. Okay, cool. Yeah. Rogan.
White Beaslin, little Beaslin, White Beaslin. Good boy, good. Oh boy. Nope, 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 nope. Come here. Stop, stop, stop.
You guys, I may have captured one of the slowest tree falls ever captured on video, you guys. Well, you'll see it after this one. I think you guys are going to be impressed. You've never seen a tree. I guarantee you've never seen a tree fall this slow.
Stop it. Stop
that one you're going to see.
Stop it. Be calm.
You're going to get a small cart at Walmart and look at some wall art at Walmart. Wall art at Walmart. Walmart wall art. Yo, Big M is going to get us some wall art at Walmart. Oh, you need garlic and chili powder? Oh. Unreal. I was going off about Walmart and Walmart and Walmart and Walmart. Unreal. Gotta hope that tree falls right where they want it to. I'm getting nervous. This is a big fucking tree. Like I said, this was a 130-footer. No, just the solar panels. Yeah. Ruggy makes the funniest noises. That distortion you're seeing is not on the actual footage.
Right.
Look how beautiful he is. Isn't that dog gorgeous? God, man, he's fucking perfect and beautiful.
Stop.
Back in the 80s, tree felt super slow with chase. Eric, you're going to love this one, bro. Eric, you're going to love this tree. It's going to bring back some great memories. And it's not this one, not the one that's about to fall. So we've got on this video, it looks like 2 minutes left on the video, guys. Look at the view from where I'm sitting. Off to the left. Rogan. White diesel, little diesel. Here, I'm gonna move the chat.
No. That tree would kill you. Stop it. Here it goes.
My goodness gracious. It landed. It landed right where they said it would. Wow. Rogan, look. That's you on TV. All right, next. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
Don't get it today or tomorrow.
Oh, well, we'll get it today, probably. But thank you, Jim. Thank you. And they'll infect the other trees.
Now this one is swinging over here, far down this side.
Probably, yeah. He said it's going to die. He said he'd take it down that way. There's the dog. Good boy, Rogan. Good boy. Right here.
Get it off.
Yo, Hot Fly Tree Guy, what's up? We took care of that business today, son. You're not going to believe how much this cost me.
Yeah, look, it's diving along too. Look at it. Diving.
No. Wow, he's strong enough to pull me down this hill like a sled dog. Stop it. Stay. Stop it. He's very clumsy. Yeah, that's not a good combination, right, Teresa? Killing me. Stay here. You need to leave.
It doesn't, but
Now all this little stuff in here is going to
Yeah. Right? Yeah, we'll have a nice area. That's for sure. I'm going to miss those trees, though, man. I loved them. It's moving. This is the slowest tree falling I've ever seen in my entire life, guys. This tree falls so slow.
this far over, this far high.
They're dead, Teresa. They're dead. They're a hazard. They could fall and hit my solar array. Or they could fall and land in other trees and get hung up
My dog's right here.
and cause, just be a very hazardous place for me, for my neighbor, or my dog. They're also a fire hazard.
Yeah, you can see where it hits the steel.
One of these trees catches on fire and the whole thing goes up like a Roman candle. It'll set everything off around it like a torch, because that's dead dry wood. There's so many reasons to have to pull. Okay, more reasons. They're infected with pine beetles and they'll infect other trees if you leave them up.
So $14. $14. What? All of that, right? They do the exact one or an identical replacement.
Nice. $44,000 Bitcoin, everybody. No. It's like he knows. Rogie knows when it's going down.
You're going 6 foot high. You're going 6 foot
No. Stop it. I don't know what's causing that distortion. Wow. I wonder if it's having the crypto watch Up on the screen. Rogan, stop. One of those Wiggins. Rogan wanted to go pull that tree down himself. It's leaning.
Oh, yeah, it's leaning.
Yeah.
Every time you hit it, it goes,
Oh.
instead of going, it goes,
Huh.
so there's too much force out there.
Right.
But you do that by watching, yeah, you can
The
see
top.
it.
So that was Mark texting me. He needs me to come up there and help him. Let me see how long it's left on this video. Rogan style. Okay, you guys, hold on a second. Mark needs me up there. So, hold on for a second. The gas and oil up the hill. Okay, I got to find where he left the fucking gas and oil. I'll be right back, guys. I got to get my flip-flops. got another staff of truth. Stop crying. I got another staff of truth, everybody. Look at that. Huh? Huh? Do you love it? What a walking stick. Huh? Don't you want to go hiking with this thing? You know? All right, he said he wants a fucking Pepsi, but how many of you are here? 9? We're not even in the double digits. We're not even double digiting. You guys have to see this. You guys have to see this tree fall, though. I had to run up there. I had to bring him gas and oil. You know, he's exhausted. He can't come down the mountain, fucking grab it and go back up there. He'll be exhausted by the time he gets back up. So I did it. I took care of it. He's like, "Can you stay up here on me, Clear Brush?" I'm like, "No." He said, "You don't have to do that." He said, "You don't have to do it today, this week, or this month, as far as I'm concerned." I was like, "Thank you, man. It's really nice of him." You know, so he doesn't have to fucking bust his ass and feel rushed. You know, a lot of people might not tell Mark that and maybe try to take advantage of him and say, "Yeah, it all has to be done today, bro." No, man. I said, take it easy, son. What kind of noise is that? You sound like a parakeet. I paid for a dog, not a parrot.
There you go. It's about ready to go. Hey, wow. Hold on.
Yo, Enoch, what's up? Yeah, I know. I heard him crying. He always cries when I leave the house. Nope. He's very vocal. He's always expressing himself in a vocal fashion. Is that Rogie? Yeah, it's Rogie.
No.
Danny, the guy that's standing there that's been working the saw, he just told me he lost a dog once. It ran up on a tree as it was falling. And the tree bounced back the other way and killed the dog. God, tree's so tall. That tree's got to be 100, 110 feet tall. The other one was 130. Yeah, I know, right, A-Dub? Fucking sadness, bro. Complete sadness. I used to call these trees the generals, man. They had a name. I call them the generals. I'd go up there and I'd fucking hang out underneath them and shit. Hey, James. Watch how slow this tree falls. You love trees? I love trees too. I've got some of the most gorgeous trees on my property. This is groundbreaking news. 1 million. Are we going $1 million Bitcoin? Like I told you guys, $1 million Bitcoin. I wasn't kidding. $1 million Bitcoin. $1 million. I'll have 3 at least. Hopefully. It's moving. So some people might not know.
Big wind comes by.
he's not
might
chopping with an axe. What he's doing is he's driving wedges into the tree to lean it over. He's got these big plastic and steel wedges.
See, there you go, Rogan. See, he wasn't done yet.
Rogan's listening to himself make all the noise. He's laying here with this very confused look on his face. Cutest fucking thing.
Hit it again, Abe.
It's funny.
Oh boy, that was it, Jim. You're right.
It's fucking.
One more time. It's hung up a little bit. Yeah. Stop. You'd think Rogie would get calm after a while, you know, and learn he's not allowed to do this. He doesn't learn. Oh boy. A little bit more cutting here.
What time is that first? Yeah, but that's a picture Rosie side. That's got a pretty good.
And, oh, there it goes. Little angle. Oh, go. Yeah, go. Yeah. Oh, boy. That's got to be the slowest tree falling I've ever seen.
A lot of wood holding in there. Yeah, that should be it. A lot of wood holding.
Yeah. Oh, go. Yeah, go. Yeah. Oh, boy. That's got to be the slowest tree falling I've ever seen.
A lot of wood holding in there. Yeah, that should be it. A lot of wood holding.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim. Minimal loss. This is my oak tree on your side here. Huh?
Minimal loss.
One tree. I said, yeah, leave that tree so I can use the oak plywood for myself. Well, I'm going to cut it up for you and leave it for you. Yeah.
Imagine what Rogan would do to a person. You know, if he's like that after a person I was holding him and I let him go. Oh my God. Oh God. He's such a killer. He knows how to grab shit and rip it up. And there's the gas prices. That was a slow tree fall, wasn't it? It was quite slow. It was quite slow. It just kind of hung there, and I was like, no, you know, because I'm like, that's going to be work. When they don't hit the ground, you know, someone's going to have to fucking risk getting hurt to cut that apart. That's no fun. So, oh, man, it was just very nice that it happened that way. So... they are done. I'm sad. I'm very sad about those trees, man. There was a time when I thought those trees were always going to be there. I used to go up to them, man, and I used to think those trees were always going to be there. I was like, these are the biggest ponderosa pines on the fucking lot. Well, they're not, but I thought they were at the time. I got some that are bigger. They're dead too. All the big ones, man. But I mean, I've got some other trees that are big and beautiful and giant, you know, that aren't ponderosa pines. It's just those pines, man. Like I showed you that staff of truth, man. I show you what they get underneath that bark and they just bore away those tunnels, man. You know, they're like little tiny Elon Musks, you know, digging tunnels, trying to put little fucking monorails in and shit. Monorail, monorail, monorail. So now I got to load up and get the fuck out of here. I am done. I finished everything. I can get out of here now. It's exciting. I look great. Thanks, Tony Colamarino. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am going to be driving across the country with my dog and my cat. I got in my truck this morning. I started having a little panic attack. I was like, am I having a panic attack about going to fucking Florida? I hope not. How long am I going to be in Florida? I hope for a long time, months. I hope. I want to stay there for a long time, man. I want to see everybody. I want to hang out with all my friends. You know, dude, I went out today. I couldn't believe it. No one's wearing masks anymore in the stores. I mean, the little store they were, but the big stores, they're not. Gas station, they're not. Dude, someone had a goddamn, it's like every time I go out, there's an altercation. This guy pulls up. I'm at the gas station fueling up diesel. And I think I'm gonna bring 2 extra diesel tanks with me, 10 gallons, so that when I get down to like a half a tank, I could pull over anywhere and just fill back up again. You know? I was thinking that might shorten my trip. You know, I won't have to stop as many times to get gas. That's so cool the way I locked my Glock case, isn't it? Y'all saw that, right? Isn't there a long stretch where it's all desert? I don't know the way that I'm driving. You know, when you go through Texas, you know, or California, there's usually some pretty long stretches. But the range on my truck is insane. The range on my truck is fucking awesome. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I don't know where that piece of paper went, if I still have it out here. I had the fuel range written out. Here's the triptych, basically the way that I was going to go. And as far as the gas, I was trying to decide what would be my best plan of action, you know. Let me see what I have here. Oh, there's that thing. Revisiting 32,000, said Joe H. I guess Joe H didn't foresee a freaking World War III happening, huh? You never know. Fucking crazy ass world we live in, man. No. Here it is. I found it. Holy shit, man. I fucking found it. So I go, dude, 684 miles on a tank of diesel, bro. I don't know if I'll make it in 3 days, bro. I don't know. You just gotta let me get on the road and see how tired I get. I get that road hypnosis shit. So I'm gonna have me some fucking some 5-hour energy, you know, and I just sip a little bit at a time when I need it. I get tired. All of a sudden, man, I get really tired driving. I just got to pull over and go to sleep. And then after I go to sleep and I wake up, man, I feel good. I could drive fine, you know, for a long time once I go to sleep. And I like to just sleep on the side of the road, you know. Cops hate that shit, though. They think you're drunk. So the way I figured it out, it was going to be 9 or 10 stops for fuel without the 2 extra tanks of gas. I can add that in. It's a 36-gallon tank. I could say it's 46 gallons and do the math. You know? At 19 miles per gallon, 46. Show me how many fucking miles do I get? It's a round trip 6,200 miles. And, you know, all the driving I'm going to be doing in Florida. But, I'll own an autonomous vehicle by that time, and I'll just have it drive me home. So total fuel costs were going to be about $1,300 for me round trip. I did the math and I was like, dude, why should I fuck with goddamn plane tickets and shit? This is bullshit. And a car and a rental car. And then I got to be under the gun to get back home. And fuck that shit, man. You know, I was like, I want to spend some time there. You know, I'm sick of having to rush back. I've got my dog with me. I'll have my cat with me. I have everything, man. I got it all. You know? So I might start packing right now, actually, after the show. I got a suitcase packed with all my clothes that you saw out the other day. All that's in the suitcase. I was like, why not just throw that in the suitcase? You know? So I did that. Did some security measures, took some security measures, more security measures, lots of security measures. And I did some of that today too. It's cool. Everything's getting taken care of. Talking to my neighbor about feeding the fish. Am I going to go live from Florida? Yes, and I will be using this setup. A laptop with a little 16 or 17 inch monitor. I don't know how many inch monitor that is. It's a little tiny set. I think it's a 17 inch monitor. Extra monitor. I'll have 2 monitors, man. Pretty cool system, huh? Pretty cool system. I'll have really good bandwidth over there. The microphone seemed nice and loud when I was using it. I just have to adjust it. Maybe. I don't know. Drive 193 miles. Drive 638 miles. Pass by McDonald's on the right in 105 miles. Maybe we'll get a fucking Big Mac. Go live while I'm driving. $253 miles. 119 miles. Pass by O'Reilly Auto Parts on the right in 8.8 miles. Hey, Tim, when do I head to Florida? As soon as I load up, bro. I'm ready. My trees are down. We just watched the videos of me cutting these, of my my guys cutting the trees down. Dude, this number's been at 13 for the longest time. Is that how many people are watching? How many people are watching on YouTube, guys? Tarthinator. 15, so that's wrong. Okay. So there's more people watching than it said. Because Bizow. Now it's 16. Bizow. You guys are great. I love it. Bizow. Thank you guys so much. James is here. 253, 119, 83 miles, 85 miles. 407 miles. Oh my God. And then I'm home. Really. I mean, 88 miles, 40 miles. Wow. I'm going to have some change for tolls just in case. I got to make sure I have my e-pass in that vehicle. I got to write that down. I'll make these notes. I've got notes on my phone. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to clear off my phone too. You missed the. Hey, Ken. Candyman. I could show you quick shots of it. I've got to get my e-pass. Grab e-pass. Okay. Right? I've got so many things to do as far as getting the vehicle ready for the road with the way I'm going to have my charger set up. And it's got my truck's got electrical outlets in it. It's bad as fuck. You could live in that motherfucker. I'm out of caffeine. You wanted to see how big a 200-year-old tree looked? Dude, I got so many fucking trees out here. You know, it's 130 feet tall. The fluids are in good shape in the engine. Yeah. Stop it, Rogan. Stop it. Bye-bye, cedar tree. Right on the wood pile. Why are you freaking out? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's freaking out when he hears that. It's rare to see a tree that old in Michigan. Check the tires and spare tire. Monster tree. Is that a husky? Sounds like one. I don't know. It looks like a Husqvarna, but I'm not sure. I know that the other one is a still. Marks, I believe, is a still. Steel. $120, $130 tree.
Rogan. Rogan. No, no, no. That tree would kill you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Here it goes. Here it goes. My goodness gracious. It landed. It landed right where they said it would. Wow. It's not cedar. Though when I said bye-bye cedar, I was talking about the little baby cedar that was standing in front of it, and it didn't hit the cedar. So, the cedar's still there. The pine tree was what we got cut down. And what am I going to do with all that wood? Whatever. I've got a lot of wood. I can do anything I want. I've got a sawmill. I could sell people firewood. Dude, it sounds like there's a fucking chopper over my house. What the fuck are they doing? They're fucking trying to count my plants. I'm not even growing this year. These fucking idiots. They're using my goddamn money to fucking can't count plants that aren't there. Fucking idiots. You were right, Ken. Fucking kill somebody, man. Oh, sorry. I was fucked up. Fucking kill somebody, man. How long is that video? Oh, that's weird. Fucking kill somebody, man. Idiots, man.
Here we go. Fucking kill somebody, man. It's cool. I wanted to get a nice shot of it on the podcast. It's bullshit. Where's my dog? Ruggy was watching that chopper. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Ruggy. Let's check for drops, man. Let's see how many obstructions we're getting now. I wonder if those trees made a difference. Let's see. Stats. Oh my God, dude. Look. Look. There's no obstructions. Look at that. None. No spikes, man. Holy shit. Oh my God. Well, it does say it's obstructed. There could be clouds, though, and there are clouds out there. So, obstructed, obstructed, obstructed. It's got a lot of obstructions. Well, that was, wait. Oh, shit. No, 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 no. It's from 9 to 10 o'clock, then up to 11 o'clock. There was one obstruction at 11:47. Then there was another obstruction an hour later, 12:36. And now there was one about a half hour ago at 1:08. I think those are clouds, man. I think it's reduced the amount of obstructions it was getting every hour. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Oh, yeah, it's totally reduced it. You can see it in this number right here. Look. You can see, if you look at 10, 108, 12:36, 11:47, then it's 11:05. Now watch this. 10:47 obstructed, 10:19 obstructed, 10:09 obstructed, 9:40 obstructed, 8:31 obstructed. There's a lot of obstructions. Then at 7 and 6 a.m. Obstructed, 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 obstructed. Right up until 2 o'clock in the morning, it was showing obstructions every 15 minutes. I don't know if that's the trees that were up there or not. We'll find out over time. But right now, it's showing zero outages, man. On it's amazing. Last 12 hours, it's been obstructed for 2 minutes. I'm gonna run a speed test. Not that great, man. 20 megs. 20 megs. Not that great. Oh, 246 feet, that one says. God damn. A lot of California driving. Just to get out of the fucking state. Only made it out to Needles. 43.8 and 45.7 is the next Bollinger Band. Am I serious that a chopper was over my place doing surveillance? Yeah, I'm serious. They're counting my fucking plants, bro, with my tax dollars. It's bullshit. Big problem. I don't have any fucking plants to count. You know? I went in there and I cleaned that fucking garden out. There's nothing in there. They flew over and I was looking at them. I was like, what are you doing? You fucking idiots. So speaking of bothering, Rogan went up there and is bothering Mark now up on the mountain. I should probably go up there. It felt good to be in Florida again. State chokes me out. Fucking Ron DeSantis, what a douchebag. Every year, yeah, the chopper comes over. I like this electric blue fucking chart, man. I'm digging it, man. I just like the look of it. It's really cool. State of the Union? Yeah, I believe so. I don't know. Fuck, dude. I got to get Rogan, man. It's not safe for him to be up there while Mark's working. Listen, you guys, I'm really trying to get the fuck out of here. I don't know how many more shows I'm going to be doing. So if I don't go live for whatever reason, I'll go on Twitter and I'll let you guys know what's going on. All right. What do you guys think? You want me to go grab Rogan and come back down? I could do that. I could just grab a leash up there and grab Rogan really quick. You guys want to hang out? Yeah? All right. I got my shoes right here. I'll grab a leash. I'll go get Rogie. Because that's really the only thing that's stopping me is the fact that Rogie's not here, and it makes me nervous knowing that Mark is up there working with the chainsaw and dragging giant logs. So, you know, that's my conscience. I'm going to brew another cup of coffee. I'll turn the camera this way because that's the way I'm headed. I'm going right up there. Right up there. There we go. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. I got to take care of this kitty cat too. All right. By the time I get back, I should have a hot cup of coffee ready for me. There you go. Leash. I need a leash. Fuck, there's no leash. Let me just ask Mark. Let me. He's okay up there. Hey, Mark. All right, no, he's cool. He says he's not bothering me. I'm like, all right, cool, man. He's playing with him right now, actually. So, Kafefi is just finishing. Perfect timing. Wow, we're gonna keep doing this show, huh, guys? Hour and 20 minutes in, we're gonna smoke some more. We're gonna drink some more Kafefi. Oh, that's some tasty Kafefi. 43.8. I scored 59 megs. 59 megs, and the upload is 6 megs upload. 20 megs download, 6 megs upload with 135 millisecond latency. That's not too bad, actually. You know? I wish I had 59. Huh? What? What's 59? What's latency? Well, now it says 78 milliseconds, 78 milliseconds latency. It's how long it takes my signal to reach the satellite, and I believe back. I believe it might be round trip. I'm not sure. It might just be one way. I think it's one way. It says it's 78 milliseconds latency. I gotta keep my phone charged up though, man. I gotta keep it plugged in. Yeah. I got so many things to do, man. Just packing up shit, you know, making sure I've got everything handled that has to be handled. You know, I don't want to forget anything. I was worried about, you know, getting my taxes done. Change my address. So I get my mail out there. I had to cancel all my deliveries that were coming in. I know, bro. That's why every time I think of something, I put it in my phone. I put it in my phone, bro. Take those notes, and then I'm just going to go through the checklist. You know? Dude, this is badass. Oh, is that what that box is from? I always wonder what that box was. Oh, it must have been what that thing came in. This. But it's a different pattern, right? Is that what that is? I don't know. This would be good for a piece of glass, man, for a bong. This is a foam. If you had to transport a bong or something, man, this case would be perfect. Put a bong in there. Has a foam top to it, man, with a magnetic. It's got a This box has a magnetic closing on it, and a pull strap. Is that fucking crazy? And a carry fucking handle. That's crazy, man. Anyway, here's my old one. Here's my new one. Now, you can plug up to like 160 of these onto one source and just rock, bro. Everyone will multiply the amount of audio that you're playing, right? Hey, Solar Python, what's up? Oh, boy. How long will I be away? Months, man. Months. I'll be probably a long time. I'm going to spend a lot. I'm going to try to spend as much time in Florida as I possibly can. You know, there's some people that I'm afraid I'm going to see in Florida that if I might not ever see them again. You know, I don't know when the next time is going to be that I might ever get an opportunity to go back to the state of Florida. So, you know, I got to really make this one count. Travel might be impossible in between here and Florida one day, you know? Just got to look at things the way, you know, and be realistic about it. It's been a long time since you've been on the stream. A lot's changed. So anyway, this thing is water resistant. I don't know if it's waterproof, but it's got this nice charge bay on it, you know? Let's see if it turns on right out of the box. Oh, it's ready to be connected. It's looking for connection. Let's try that. Let's see what it says here. All right. couldn't connect. So I got to add it. Scan. It's not added yet. Or it's at the bottom. Doesn't see it. It's trying to find. It's trying to connect to something. It's fine. Let's turn it off. Maybe it's because it needs to be charged up. You guys that watch the news are finding out that I'm right about everything we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks on here, aren't you? Kind of funny, huh? It doesn't see it. So I'm just going to assume that it needs to be charged. You in a hurry to get out of here?
Yeah, what time is that?
It's 5 minutes after 2.
Okay, yeah, how you doing? Sir? I got it.
Yeah. You did the whole tree? You moved the whole thing off this property?
Everything's off his property except the very tip of there's some branches.
Right.
But everything's cut to where even you can walk up there and drag
Even
it down.
I could do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I mean, it's
Made me sound ineffectual.
and all of the trees been cut up in sections, so it's all been thrown down the hill.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be back to help you. You don't have to do it.
So,
You want to go to that music tonight?
yeah.
It's from 3:30 to 5:30. You know where Cusco Main Street is?
Yeah.
It's the pub right on Main Street.
Okay. All right, I'll meet you out
Not the brick tower, but the pub.
3 o'clock or so.
10 to 5, yeah.
They got food
I
there?
would take you with me, but I'm taking Laura, so I'm gonna.
Oh, cool, man. Cool.
If she makes it, if she is space it out. Yeah.
Tell her I'll be out there.
Ants. Ants are on fire up there.
Ants, you get bit?
Oh yeah, they always give you the credit trees.
So, I already gave you $40. What do you want?
Yeah.
So what do you want?
What do you want to do? I would say, yeah. I'd say 150. Because I did already 2-3 minutes work up there. You don't know.
How about 160?
Okay.
All right. So will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm going to see Danny tonight.
No, oh, you go.
Yeah, I'm coming up there. So I'm going to give him some more cash. Fucking, you guys saved me so much money.
Danny told me as soon as we left there, I wish more loggers were like you. I go, what do you mean? He says, they'll come up here by themselves. I got it. And
That was a
I
challenging
said, he says,
tree.
the first thing especially for me, because I'll do anything.
Right.
He says, and I said, the first thing I did, I said, it was too ugly. I'm not going to do it by myself. You can't. Even he doesn't like to cut trees by himself because it takes a second person on the other side to tell him how the saw has to come through for a certain high cut.
Right.
Because if he misses that line, that means the tree's not going to go where you want it to go.
Right.
So it's good to have two people. But he goes, I'm glad. That makes me feel better that you came and got me than just dropping it. And I said, oh, yeah, I was going to drop it. It's ugly. I said, did you drop it by yourself? He goes, no.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Luckily, Jim let us fall over on his property, so we were able to do it today.
I know.
So now your danger ones up there are not there now. Well, you got two there, but they'll be dead.
But they're not a danger to the solar.
Not yet.
Right.
They're 6 months. Oh, they're leaning the other way anyway. But in 6 months, those trees will have to come down. And you'll see Danny tonight. So yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be late though. It's from 3:30 to 5:30. It's not a late deal.
3:30 to 5:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see you there.
Okay, man.
Thank you.
I left your gas can up there, your oil can,
Okay.
because I'm going to come back and help you clean up the rest of that.
Okay.
Probably not until tomorrow or maybe the following day.
All right.
Cool.
You didn't put anything over the cap though, did you?
No,
'Cause
but
it's
that-
open.
It should be fine.
Yeah. All right.
No animals are going to crawl in there. They don't want to smell the fumes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Take care. Hey, Tula. Do you guys want to know how much it cost me to take down 3 of the most giant fucking trees on my property that I had to do? Now, I've had an estimate before for $1,500 for a single big tree. That was a little bit of a challenge. These guys charged me $400 for 3 fucking giant trees. That's how much it cost. Which, it's insane. That's an insane, crazy price. What these guys did, they risked their lives. They also, like he said, it's an ugly tree. It's really hard to cut down because it's reading a certain way. It wants to go a certain way, and it's not necessarily going the way that they wanted it to go. But luckily, my neighbor said, go ahead and drop it the way it wants to go onto my property. And what it wasn't just dropping 3 trees. Mark just spent 2 hours up there clearing that one giant tree off of my neighbor's yard and onto my property. So I got this killer deal for $400. You know, and now I don't have to worry about the solar panels getting hit by a tree. You know, which is great. So did this thing connect? Yeah. So let's see if we can connect to two of these. This will be cool. It's got a double connection thing here. It's connected. Connected for audio, it says. Both of them are connected for audio, it says. All right. Let's see. Oh, dude. Oh, cool. Let's try let's see what this sounds like. Endorphin from my studio. Huh. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, this is stupid. Why is this all zoomed in? What the fuck happened? Oh.
It's not working.
turn that one off. Why isn't it? Oh. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna have to look at the instructions, I think. Oh. Huh. It says both are connected for audio, but I have to look at the instructions really fast. I'm doing something wrong. All right. Where's the fucking instructions at, man? God damn it. It had it. All right. Oh. Okay, connect the first speaker. Play music on your first one. Okay. Press the connect button on all speakers. Huh. All right, let's try it. Oh my God, it's working! Holy shit. It's pretty badass. Holy shit, man. Did you guys hear this? And you can do this with like 164 of these speakers. One more. One more. Here's another one. Let's see. This one's got to be connected to the phone too. They're charged out of the fucking phone. Okay, it's looking for the next one. Let's see if it shows up under available devices. That one just says blast. Oh, yeah, that's one of my other ones. It's not showing up. You just press the button one time. It takes like 15 seconds for them to connect. Nope. It doesn't see it. Let me turn it off. Let me turn it on again. Let me click scan. There it is. All right, so this is the third one. It's pairing. It says pair, but it's more than 2. Now it's 3, so it's not pairing, right? All right, connected. So if I go like that. I have to play the audio for it to work. This is working. So do I have to click the pair buttons on these now? No. They're all 3 of them are working. This shit is crazy. Oh my God. Oh, it sounds good. I could put this all around my house. That is really cool. And that's off my cell phone. It's really neat. I hit volume. Wow. 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 I am amazed. So I got him all paid. We're good there. Got a couple more things to do around here, man. Hey, JJ. Wow, man. 43.9 Bitcoin, guys. Let's do some bong hits and watch the crypto. Let's cheer on the Russians, man. See if they can fucking get in that market. When I say cheer on the Russians, I don't mean cheer on Putin, guys. Just so you know. I do not support this war at all. It's fucking horrible. Hey, man. I've been good. Thanks for asking. Just, I'm getting ready to take a long trip, man. For a long time. You're going to worry about my trip? I don't fucking worry. No. Don't worry. I'll be fine, man. I got my dog with me. Where am I going? I'm going to my mom's house in Florida. It takes 30 seconds for all the speakers to connect, it says. Huh. Man, I love the way that screen looks. Holy shit. That is beautiful, isn't it? I love that blue and that white. Looks so Arctic. It looks so Arctic. It's the Arctic theme, man. Polarized Arctic theme. I got Beazle here laying next to me. He's all tired for being outside working. Running up and down the mountain. Yeah, everything's fine with my parents. Everything's great. Just got to get out there. It's time. There's a good upside down head and shoulders pattern on the 24-hour. It's good. Might result in a pump upwards right now. Because it was a few hours ago, but it resulted in a slow climb upwards. I think there might be a pump now. So we'll see. Hold on to your hats. Let's do a bong rip. What do you say? Bong rip time. It's bong rip time. Let's do one now. It'll be crazy and fun. What is this? I don't even know what this is supposed to be here. Yeah. Let's go back with this. Cheers, guys. That was beat. That one doesn't count. Okay. $3,000 Ethereum. That's what we need here. It's $40 up, and we're there. The real question is what's actually going on. Here, let's do this. Let's check the news real quick. Let's see if fucking Putin's making more progress over there on Kyiv. Fucker. We'll just see. Explosions heard outside Kyiv. Russia tries to stop Western companies from fleeing. The West's $1 trillion bid to collapse Russia's economy. All bets are off if Putin slashes the West's oil. Another squeeze on Russia. 3 shipping companies won't sail there. Airstrikes hit a Holocaust memorial, and a massive Russian convoy appears to slow outside Ukraine's capital city as residents brace for renewed attacks. Russia has shifted to an aggressive bombing campaign. Trump can't stop praising Putin. Huh. The UN says more than 675,000 people have fled Ukraine during Russia's ongoing invasion. 675,000. How many people live there? Is it like 3 or 4 million people live in Ukraine? What's the population? Okay, Google. Ukraine population. Oh, 44. Okay, so that's not a lot of people. It's 44 million people live there. Hey, Billy. And only 144th, less than one, a little bit more than 1/80th of them have fled. Huh. That's a lot of people staying home, man, isn't it? You got to keep that in mind when they say 675,000 people have fled Ukraine. Remember that there's still 43 and a half, almost a half million people that have stayed. 43 million at least. What are we going to smoke here or smoky time? Billy. Billy. What's going on? I should be able to smoke that in one bong rip. It's a big bowl, but I mean, it's not huge. And my lighter is just weak for some reason. Need more flameage. It's an ongoing problem here. Let us fix this now.
It goes like that. You want it like this up and then over a little, right? And then back over like that. Put this back on. Like that. Ah. Yes. Perfect. Perfecto. Perfecto. All right. No law regarding whatever. Cheers. Yep. Perfect. One hit. $43,999, 44,000. $44,000 Bitcoin. You know, I like it better like this. Let's do the whole price, though. Let's get rid of this one. Let's do this again. There we go. I like it. I should turn these all off. Charge them. They're great. Get some charge cables on there. You just saw a commercial for that. So is there anything else in the news I can cover for you guys? Samuel L. Jackson is not here for Joe Rogan's N-word apology. Well, too goddamn bad. You know? Hey, man, you don't think people can change and grow? It's too goddamn bad. I don't think Joe Rogan goes around talking like that anymore. He said nobody understood the context. Yeah, I know. I heard Joe say that too. And you remember what my response was? There is no context where it's acceptable. So that wasn't an argument. I straightened that out. All right. Okay, Samuel L. Jackson, we got over that. What's your next point? But he shouldn't have said it, period. That's his point. Okay, me too. So he apologized for doing it. I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person's ever allowed to say that, never mind publicly on a podcast, and I agree with that. Rogan said at the time. Jackson dismissed that. It's not the context, dude. It's that he was comfortable doing it. Yeah, he was comfortable doing it. He thought he could be comfortable doing it. It was his mistake, Samuel L. Jackson. Your butt hurt.
Get the fuck over it. So say that you're sorry because you want to keep your money, but you're having fun, and you say you did it because it was entertaining. Whoa, 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 Samuel Jackson. Oh, this is the age of Donald Trump, bro. You don't have to say you're sorry. You know, Donald Trump proved that, Samuel L. Jackson. And Joe Rogan didn't have to apologize. He did the right thing, and you're choosing to not accept his apology. That's on you, Samuel L. Jackson, not Joe Rogan. All right? So like I said, get the fuck over it, butt hurt, motherfucker. Jackson added that it needs to be an element of what the story is about. A story is context, but just to elicit a laugh, that's wrong. He also discussed director and writer Quentin Tarantino, who's used the word in several of his films, including Pulp Fiction, Django Unchained. Jackson starred in both projects. The actor recounted that when filming Django Unchained, his co-star Leonardo DiCaprio expressed during rehearsals that he was uncomfortable using the slur as many times as was required by his character in the script. Me and Quentin said that you have to. Every time someone wants an example of overuse of the N-word, they go to Quentin. It's unfair, Jackson said. He's just telling the story, and the characters do talk like that. When fellow director Steve McQueen does it, it's art. He's an artiste. Quentin's just a popcorn filmmaker. CNN has reached out to representatives for Joe Rogan for comment. I wonder if Joe Rogan is going to enter into the ring there with Samuel L. Jackson. I certainly would. I'll defend him against Samuel L. Jackson. I'll say this. Get the fuck over it already. How long ago is this? February? When? When did that video come out? The beginning of February? Yeah. Is it March yet? Hey, dude, it's March. Get the fuck over it. All right? You had your opportunity in fucking February. We're looking at war now. So get the fuck over it. Nobody cares about your shit. Let's move on. Moving on. Forget about it. I got Kafevi. That is all you need to know. I've got Kafevi in the cup in front of me. RT sees its influence diminish. The CNN is celebrating that another news agency is being silenced. CNN business. RT sees its influence diminish as TV providers and tech companies take action against the Russia-backed outlet. At Lee Camp, can you seriously give me some examples of what they are referring to when they say RT, the Russia-backed media outlet infamous for promoting Vladimir Putin talking points? We'll see if Lee Camp gets that. I tweeted it at him. He's from RT, you know, and he's a friend of the show's. So we're a friend of the face of RT. You guys realize that? We're a friend of the face of RT. He's been on the show. We're affiliated with someone who's being accused by CNN of being a Russian sympathizer. But because he broadcasts, and you know, when people ask him, they're like, why do you choose to broadcast from RT? He says, because they're the only ones that offered me this show, and without any influence from them. They said that I could do my show however I wanted. And they never give me influence whatsoever. My show is all me. He says, and they're the only news corp that offered me that. Carnitas are in the pot, reducing. Right on, Merksters. Right on, buddy. So, Meta and Google, you guys listen very closely. The parent company of YouTube had previously announced that RT would no longer be eligible to monetize its content on the company's platforms. YouTube, TikTok, and Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, each separately announced on Monday and Tuesday some of the harshest measures taken thus far against RT. The social media companies said they had moved to block RT in Europe. The outlet's accounts will no longer be accessible to users on that continent through those companies' services, depriving RT of crucial venues and advance its messaging. This is fucking bullshit, man. Can you add a tweet? Add, remove from lists, change, embed tweet, view tweet activity. I guess I can't add a tweet. Unsent tweets. How do you do quotation marks? Was I thinking I was on a telephone keyboard there for a second? Oops. God damn it. Oh, fuck. I got to delete all of this shit. To try to make room for everything. Dude, I got this tweet coming out that's I'm adding to this. I got 9 more characters. Okay, 4 more characters I got to get rid of. All right, here we go. We'll get rid of. Here we go. I got it. God, dude. Yeah, I had to tweet that. I hope you guys will see it. It's just a response to my tweet. I hope you guys will see my tweet, man. It says it's at Lee Camp. You know, you got to go to my tweets and replies to see it. Let me see. Let me go to my profile and see what my pinned tweet is right now. Right now, my pinned tweet is Joe Biden once told a black man, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, man. But Biden isn't racist at all, not one bit. All right, that had 23 likes. It's fucking beautiful. Let's pin this one now to my profile. Pin. And remember, there's a second tweet underneath it as a response. If you guys could hit them both, that would be great. You could tweet them at Lee Camp. You know, just send them around, man. I want an answer from Lee Camp. You know, if anybody can answer this question. So, CNN makes this accusation that RT, you know, let me show it to you here. Okay. $44,000 Bitcoin, everybody. We just got to go up $6,000 more. $7,000 more, man, and I'll be at zero. I'll be so fucking happy. It'll be like a celebration on here. Okay, I want you guys to see the lie right here. I mean, what I think is a lie. I'm not sure, but I think it sounds like a fucking lie to me. Not just me doing this. That's why I'm asking Lee Camp. Okay, so let me show you what I think is a lie. RT, the Russia-backed media outlet, infamous for promoting Vladimir Putin's talking points. That right there. Why is this so hard to do? Promoting Vladimir Putin's talking points. So this is all I want to know. Which Vladimir Putin talking points is Russian television promoting? Exactly. What are Vladimir Putin's talking points? You mean what his state announcer says when she's addressing the press, that blonde-haired woman, those points that she's making? Are you talking about that stuff? That there's been war going on in Ukraine for years that nobody wants to talk about? Those talking points? Huh. Well, if promoting the truth is promoting Vladimir Putin's talking points when his points are truth, is that a bad thing? Has there not been war going on in the Ukraine since 2014? Have they not been shelling innocent people there? Have there not been thousands of people killed, people burned to death by Nazis? Have the Nazis infiltrated the Ukraine much more than what you realize? And is Zelensky complicit? Oh, he's Jewish. Is he complicit? You know, there's only, it says here, Craig, and the freaking article is here. It says I've got 7 viewers. Let me just check that really fast before we go on. How dare me only have 7 viewers when I'm about to blow shit up. We're about to get into something here, guys. I don't know. It just depends. Let me see. 7. It hurts, man. 7 people. That really hurts. Oh, yeah, right there in my heart. Oh, really hurts my heart. I've got 7 viewers, but I want the 7 of you to know this. I hope the 7 of you choose to stay and listen, because I will go over this with you, okay? I really hope Lee Camp responds to that.
Home. Here's Noam Chomsky before COVID, so before he lost. Show you today that's new. We wanted to bring you up to date and kind of tell you what's going on with the Ukraine situation. Before we get into the part I want to show you today that's new, I just always want to remind people there's a lot of reasons why this is happening in Ukraine, and it's not an act of naked aggression. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is naked. I don't know what even that means, naked. Or they're wearing clothes when they're doing this. So Nord Stream pipeline snarled in the U.S.-Russia fossil energy war. So there's a big pipeline that goes from Russia to Germany that was supposed to start up, get the liquid gas flowing, and they're providing a lot. So that's got more to do with this than anybody's letting on. So the United States doesn't want that pipeline happening. And so one of the conditions to get that pipeline to shut down was if Russia attacked Ukraine, Germany agreed that they would shut it down. So it looks like the Biden administration has done everything they could to get Putin to actually go into Ukraine. And what's another? So that's one reason. We're going to talk more about it later. Another reason is the NATO expansion, and people try to dismiss it, but it's real. And so this is from Salon. NATO leaves little room for diplomacy, how the war machine upped the ante in Ukraine. So, and why did the war machine want Ukraine to be a part of NATO? Because when you join NATO, you have to have a certain amount of military gear for your country. And so who sells it? The West. So that's why they wanted to get as many countries into NATO as they could after the Soviet Union fell, not because it would defend us from the Soviet Union, but because it would be a weapons sales for American military industrial complex. Also, in 2014, here's the third thing that led to this crisis. In 2014, the United States backed a coup of the democratically elected government in Ukraine because they were afraid that the Ukraine was too close with Russia, and they wanted Ukraine to come join the Europe and their economic system. And so we helped engineer a coup to overthrow that democratically elected government, and we got in bed with neo-Nazis to do it. So a big part of the support for the current Ukraine government is neo-Nazis, and that's not, I'll show you that for real. It's not a little thing, it's not small, it's a big deal. And so we tried to turn Ukraine into a vassal state, as you pointed out here, for the U.S. project of turning Ukraine into a vassal state while pretending to care about its sovereignty. You couldn't have picked a worse face than the guy who helped organize the coup of 2014 and then got his son a lucrative gas company board seat in the immediate aftermath. So that's what we're talking. So this is the stuff they're never telling you. Even on YouTube, they don't ever hardly bring this stuff up when they cover the Ukraine crisis. So that's really important. So this is where the crisis is. So there's the Ukraine, and there's the two separatist areas, Donetsk and Luhansk, and this is called the Donbass. And what's been going on since 2014, they wanted to separate from the Ukraine after the coup. They're like, we don't want to be ruled by people who overthrew our government. And so they started fighting. So the Ukraine forces are fighting these separatist forces in Donbass, and they were supposed to stop shelling them and killing them. Who was supposed to? The Ukraine. There was a ceasefire. It was called the Minsk agreements and part of the agreement was there would be a ceasefire. Ukraine would stop shelling that area and killing those people. They would have a military withdrawal, and then they would have elections in this area. They would have elections here, and these people would be given more autonomy. None of that happened. None of that happened. So they're not abiding. So this didn't just come out of nowhere. There's a pipeline involved. There's the expansion of NATO involved. And there's the Minsk agreements and Ukraine shelling and killing these people. And nobody ever brings this up. So finally, after 8 years of them trying to negotiate, they wouldn't stop shelling them. So then Vladimir Putin stepped in under all of that happening. Okay? Under all of that happening. And just to remind everybody, 1 in 6 Ukrainians is an actual ethnic Russian, and 1 in 3 speaks Russian as their native language. Okay. And so that leads me to anything you would like to have here with Aaron Mate. Aaron, is there anything you'd like to add to that before I get to this video today?
Great summary. I'll just add that the obvious then solution for Ukraine's deep internal division throughout all of this has been apparent from the start. Instead of forcing Ukraine to choose one identity, because it has two very distinct identities. One of it is pro-Western, pro-US, wants to be.
I'll speed it up a little bit.
The other one is pro-Russian, to the point where, as you say, there's so many people who speak Russian. So the obvious answer when you have such a divided country is to keep it neutral. Don't force it to choose one side or the other, because that will lead to conflict. And for the last 8 years, starting with the coup in 2014, the U.S. has been leading the way to try to force Ukraine into one position. And that's a disaster because Russia is on its borders. And along with this bid to expand NATO into Ukraine, it was not going to let Ukraine become a U.S. military outpost on its borders, and negating the attitudes and desires of the millions of people inside Ukraine who strongly identify with Russia. That's why the solution has always been to keep Ukraine neutral, but that has not been tolerable to Washington, D.C. And that's why we have this conflict right now.
So, and that's the parts you'll never hear almost anywhere else when you go to hear information about Ukraine. And so now here's a journalist, and he's going to be speaking to the a spokesperson for Russia, right? And so here, watch what his question is starts from today, as if history in the Donbass and Ukraine and Russia just started 2 days ago. And she reminds him that Ukraine has been shelling and killing these people without mercy, and they won't stop, and they're actual Nazis.
Right? So remember that. Okay? Remember that narrative when CNN tries to say that Lee Camp and RT is repeating Vladimir Putin talking points. This would be some of them right here. And this is all facts and truth.
Okay, here we go.
Listen to
It
this.
was an unprovoked attack on its southern neighbor that is killing a lot of Ukrainian.
So he calls it an unprovoked attack. So I just showed you all that stuff. So for him to say that is propaganda off the top.
Right?
Okay.
Right?
Cousins of Russia and Russian soldiers. What's your reaction to that description of his action?
Could you please say how many years must have this bloodshed gone on in eastern Ukraine? 5, 10 years? Why did you start counting victims only today or say yesterday? Who gave you the right to ignore victims, especially we were talking about thousands of them over all these years? Isn't your conscience tormenting you when you Western journalists speculating on Minsk agreements in Russia never mentioned that in the Eastern Ukraine, in Donetsk and Luhansk?
Hey, lady from Russia, I have a feeling that their consciences would bother them more maybe if Vladimir Putin had steamrolled over fucking Ukraine with a goddamn onslaught of murder. You know, I'm just saying, if you guys wanted to fucking make this point, you lost it when you got over the top violent walking into fucking Ukraine, which you're still doing, which I'm sure we haven't seen the end of this. So, you know, it's all nice and everything for you to be making these points about how Ukraine was violent to their citizens. When you're doing it now, it's just kind of hypocritical, you know, obviously. So Jimmy Dore's got that smug look on his face. He's not going to say what I just said.
Republic, the peaceful citizens losing lives every day. You never counted them. Just like President Zelensky never considered them people. Who gave you the right to speak of the victims starting only today? If that's the way you create your reports, if that's your approach to it, you're not journalists and you're not people. If all in all, according to OSCE, 13,000 people died and OSCE had no opportunity to account for every victim. It's only the primary analysis. Where were you? Why didn't you ask these questions in Kiev? Why didn't you broadcast people in Donbass? Why did you give them no opportunity to attend the international organizations meetings or join in online? You have no conscience at all. You shouldn't start counting with February 2022. This history is many years old. At least you should start with 2013. Did you count the people that died on Maidan in 2013, 2014? How many people died? How many people were killed by snipers? Have you ever reported on that? It's not for you to say that there's an operation conducted. It's not a beginning of a war. It's an operation to end a war which has been going on for many years. What you do is propaganda.
So what she's pointing out to that guy, why are you only starting to count deaths right now in February 2022? This didn't just start then. This is back in 2013. Why don't you count the number of deaths that happened when they overthrew the government in the Maidan coup? Why don't you count those deaths? Why don't you count the deaths that they've been shelling for the last 8 years? You don't count any of those deaths. Now, I can't show you. There's another video that accompanies this that shows you all the carnage that the Ukraine neo-Nazis have been inflicting on the areas of Donbass. I can't show you that on YouTube because they'll demonetize this video, if not completely shut it down, to pull it down. So, so there she was, the Russian spokesperson, smacking down a journalist correctly. Would you agree, Aaron?
Yeah, a lot of what she said is true. And we're not allowed to talk about those people in the Donbass, Jimmy, because they're unworthy victims, to use Noam Chomsky and Edward Herman's term for manufacturing consent. Unworthy victims are victims who are killed with our support. And for the last 8 years, the U.S. has pumped billions of dollars into Ukraine to shell the people of the Donbass. And you and Next Month all talk about this. According to UN figures, tracking since 2018 in the Donbass, 80% of the civilian casualties are on the rebel-held side. 80%. The UN figures, tracking since 2018 in the years, the U.S. has pumped billions of dollars into Ukraine to shell the people of the Donbass, victims who are killed with our support. And for the last 8 years, the U.S. has pumped billions of dollars into Ukraine to shell the people of the Donbass. Unworthy victims are victims who are killed with our support. And for the last 8 years, the U.S. has pumped billions of dollars into Ukraine to shell the people of the Donbass. Unworthy victims are victims who are killed with our support. And for the last 8 years, the U.S. has pumped billions of dollars into Ukraine to shell the people of the Donbass. And you and Max...
Billions. He accuses the United States of sending billions of dollars in there to murder people, and says that's why you don't hear the media reporting on this, because that's where the money goes. You guys don't know about this. You can learn about it, man. You know, this has all been documented. It's all been reported on.
Blumenthal talked about this. According to UN figures, tracking since 2018 in the Donbass, 80% of the civilian casualties are on the rebel-held side. 80%. And by the way,
I bet we could find these guys back in 2015, 2016, reporting on that very slaughter that was going on. I bet they were there, man. I bet and if it wasn't them, I bet there were other people that were reporting on it. And I bet we could find reporting on Donbass back in 2015 or 2016. I guarantee it. And it won't most likely be mainstream media. Most likely it won't be. But you'll probably be able to find some reporting. Maybe Al Jazeera or, RT. Those evil people at Russia television that are only infamous for promoting Vladimir Putin talking points. Please.
what prompted them to take up arms?
Nick, thank you so much for retweeting at Lee Camp, brother. That means so much to me, man. Thank you for doing that. I know it's kind of challenging sometimes for people to do that. So I just really appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
And to refuse to be a part of a coup regime-led Ukraine. It wasn't just the coup. Shortly after the coup, a few months later, something happened in a town called Odessa in Ukraine, where there was a massacre. Russian speakers were burned alive by fascists, burned alive, dozens of them inside a building.
Dozens.
Those are unworthy victims. We're not allowed to talk about them or acknowledge their concerns. But that was a huge factor in leading to the Russian-speaking region in the Donbass to take up arms and to not want to be a part of a coup-led Ukraine. And that's what sparked this fighting for so long. And as you talked about, there have been solutions on the books in the Minsk Accords. It's been Kiev that's refused to implement them. And by the way, the Russian spokesperson mentioned the Maidan massacre. This was a very, very key event. There was after months of protests in the Maidan in Ukraine in 2013, 2014, by the way, which started out, a large part of those protests were legitimate. They were protesting a corrupt government, Yanukovych, and they were calling for democratic reforms. There's a lot to admire about what they did. But the problem is, as happens often, those protests got co-opted by far-right Nazi forces who turned it into a bid for violent regime change. And the zenith of that was when, to resolve the Maidan protests, to resolve the crisis, there was a negotiated settlement by European countries.
Kafefi ho!
Would agree to new elections very, very soon and have curtailed powers. That was agreed with the opposition. The opposition leaders went back to the Maidan and met with the far-right leaders who told them, what the hell are you doing? We're not going to make an agreement with this guy. We want him out. And shortly after that, there was, as the spokesperson mentioned, a massacre of protests in Maidan. snipers killing people, a lot of people. It was blamed on the Yanukovych government. And that then led to a series of more violent action that basically forced Yanukovych to flee. And that agreement that would have resolved this crisis was killed. The U.S., by the way, cheered when Yanukovych fled. It turns out there's been research done by a political scientist, Ukrainian, at the University of Ottawa, named Ivan Kachanovsky, based on forensic evidence, videos, speaking to witnesses, that shows pretty conclusively, and I'll tweet this out after this interview, that the shooting of these Maidan protesters came from a Maidan far-right fascist controlled area, that they were the ones killing their own people to try to spark an event that could lead to a violent overthrow of the government, and that's exactly what happened. There also was a leaked phone call, which I'll tweet out too, in which 2 top European officials discussed that this massacre was very likely carried out by the far-right Maidan leaders. We're also not allowed to acknowledge that evidence. And that's why in the West, if you talk about the Maidan massacre, it's always blamed on the Ukrainian government that was overthrown. Ukrainian government was overthrown, Yanukovych fled, and guess what happened? A new government was installed, and who led it? A guy named Yatsenyuk. And why do we know what's his significance? Well, 2 weeks earlier, as you alluded to with Victoria Nuland in that leaked phone call, Victoria Nuland and the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Jeffrey Piet, decided that Yatsenyuk would be the leader of the new Ukrainian government. And that's exactly who took over once Yanukovych fled the country.
Well, so now you know the rest of the story, and there's even more to it than that, okay? So again, I'm stunned by the horrible reporting. I mean, it's worse than happened around Iraq or Libya. It's crazy, the reporting that's happened. And I think it's because they have it mixed up with Putin. And so people have Putin on the brain. By the way, Putin was another invention of the United States. So let's go to, now here's some more new information. There's that video, which is new information. And now there's this, which is also being brought to my attention. This is from 2016. 2019 Pentagon tied RAND stuff. So RAND works as an extension of the Pentagon, RAND Corporation. Study noted that if the United States increases military support for Ukraine, quote, Russia might respond by mounting a new offensive and seizing more Ukrainian territory. In the years since, Trump and then Biden increased U.S. weapons to Ukraine, and now Russia has invaded. So it's almost like, if you didn't know nothing, you would think that it's like the United States wanted this to happen. And son of a gun, it did. Here's what it says. It says, the Ukrainian military is bleeding Russia in the Donbass region and vice versa. Providing more U.S. military equipment and advice could lead Russia to increase its direct involvement in the conflict and the price it pays for it. Russia might respond by mounting a new offensive and seizing more Ukrainian territory. So there it is. They'd known this was coming. They did everything they could to force his hand by casually meddling in Ukraine politics. The United States has effectively incited Russia to undertake its reckless invasion. Putin richly deserves the opprobrium currently being heaped on him, but U.S. policy has been both careless and irresponsible. And that's from Andrew Besevich. Besevich. And who is he?
He is a U.S. Army veteran, writes often on issues of U.S. warfare, served for a long time. His son died in Iraq, and he's pointing out just what we're not allowed to acknowledge, that whatever you think of Putin's invasion, and again, as I said to you on the show the other night, I think it's illegal, and I think Putin had a lot of other options to deal with the attacks on Russian-speaking people in the Donbass. I don't think that this was the answer. Although I'd love to hear, if there's a counter argument, I'd love to hear what the counter argument is. But he's pointing out the obvious, that the U.S. played a major role in inciting Putin's action. And that, again, the key point, as you stressed, this war did not start with Putin's invasion. Putin escalated it, but the war began 8 years ago when the U.S. backed a coup and put
there is a counter argument
that waged war on.
There is a counter argument as to why Putin has invaded Ukraine. Are you ready? He's a fucking psycho. That's it.
Ukraine's Russian-speaking population.
And also because of the pipeline, and also because of NATO. And here's proof of it. Here's Adam Schiff bragging that they're arming the people that Putin is fighting in the
Hey, Ben.
Donbass. He's bragging about it. Watch this.
The United States aids Ukraine and her people
Coffee's great, isn't it?
so that we can fight Russia over there and we don't have
Big
to fight
'em.
Russia here.
Big 'em.
There it is. So there, I mean, we've been pushing for this for a while, and I want to show you. This is an article by I think Norman Solomon, and he's talking about how NATO's push into. We promised that NATO would not expand after Germany reunified. We promised Russia and Putin, and then we've completely 12 more countries. Here it is. As Cockburn notes, by 2014, the 12 new members of NATO had purchased. So the reason why I told you that at the top, and the reason why did they want to expand NATO if Russia wasn't a threat anymore after like 1991? The reason why they wanted to expand NATO is because the military-industrial complex. There's certain rules. If you join NATO, you have to have a certain size military with certain size armaments. And where are they going to get that? They have to go buy it from the United States military-industrial complex. So, and that's why they wanted to expand NATO, not because it was going to keep anybody safer, because it doesn't, because there's no threat anymore. The reason why they wanted to expand NATO was so they could make more money selling armaments to those new countries that had to then got inducted into NATO. That's what this is also about. So as Cockburn notes, by 2014, the 12 new members of NATO had purchased close to $17 billion worth of American weapons. If you think those weapons transactions were about keeping up with the Russians, you've been trusting way too much U.S. corporate media. As of late 2020, Cockburn's book explains that NATO's collective military spending had hit $1.03 trillion, or roughly 20 times what Russia's military budget is. So that's not why we're arming them. We're arming them for just straight up cash, and that's where it comes from.
Jimmy,
Yes, go ahead.
So what the article is quoting is Andrew Coburn, who is a great British journalist. He's the Washington editor for Harper's Magazine. And he's quoting from Coburn's newest book. It's called Spoils of War. And I recently interviewed Coburn for my show, Pushback. And one of the people who Coburn interviews for his book is a guy named Bruce Jackson. And in the late 1990s, Bruce Jackson was the head of something in Washington called the Committee to Expand NATO. So that was the group that Bruce Jackson was heading. Guess what Bruce Jackson's day job was, Jimmy?
He worked at a missile company, I'm guessing.
He was the vice president of Lockheed Martin. I'm not joking. Wow. The vice president of Lockheed Martin was also the president of a group called the Committee to Expand NATO, because that's who benefits from NATO expansion.
And just to drive it home again, I can't believe other people, even on YouTube, aren't hardly ever bringing this up.
I'll bring it up.
This is from the ambassador to.
I'll let Jimmy
Russia
bring it up on
when
my
Russia fell
show.
apart. I was there. NATO and the origins of the Ukraine crisis. After the fall of the Soviet Union, I told the Senate that expansion would lead us to where we are today. And who's saying that? Jack F. Matlock Jr., who had a great TV show, but also is a great diplomat. He said Putin's demands is that the process of adding new members to NATO cease, and that Russia has assurances that Ukraine and Georgia will never be members. President Biden has refused to give such assurance, but made clear his willingness to continue discussing questions of strategic stability in Europe. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian government has made it clear it has no intention of implementing the Minsk agreements reached in 2015 for reuniting the Donbass province into Ukraine with a large degree of local autonomy, an agreement with Russia, France, and Germany that the United States endorsed. So some people say, when I tell them this about how Russia just wants assurances that they say, oh, come on, Jimmy, Germany and France are against Ukraine getting into NATO. And so, and even Ukraine says they don't want to, so it'll never happen. Hey, the United States gets what it wants. So just keep that in mind. If the United States pushes hard enough, they're going to get anything they want. And so don't put it past that wouldn't happen. And that's why this guy is saying what he's saying, and I think he knows a lot about it.
I'm going to check for drops again.
Would you like to say anything on that, Adam? Or Aaron, what's your name? I don't know your name.
Adam, Aaron.
Jack Matlock is not allowed to appear on corporate media because what he says is too inconvenient, even though he was former U.S. ambassador to the Soviet Union, was there at the most critical.
I had one obstruction
Soviet Empire collapsed, helped basically negotiate the end of the Cold War. He's not allowed because
Let me look and see if it's clouds.
his insight is too inconvenient.
Oh
So,
shit, that was at
whatever,
150.
He's confined to the margins.
The last one was at 150 for 2
And
seconds.
again, this you see all over the media,
And it's
YouTube
320.
even, people saying this is 100%.
Dude, I haven't had an
Putin's
obstruction
doing
since
100%.
fucking.
It's just like you guys are such children on purpose.
Two-
Honest to God, everywhere you go, I'm not
For
kidding.
one and a half
YouTube
hours.
show, throw a dart. Every fucking one of them, from Kyle Kalinske.
I haven't had an obstruction for 1.5 hours, man. That tree, cutting that tree down has made a fucking difference. It's crazy. Well, there were 3 trees there, man, and it made a difference. Wow, man. Those trees are fucking gone. Holy shit. I can't believe it's done. God, it's all I really needed. I was really worried about, man.
To the goddamn shit, Young Turks, and everybody in between saying the same shit. Jackson Hinkle's getting it correct. The Gray Zone is getting it correct. And so just to drive this home, here's Noam Chomsky before COVID, so before he lost his mind. And here he is going to let you know what the real point of NATO is in the first place. Here's the real point of NATO since 1991.
The question that we ought to be asking ourselves is, why did NATO even exist after 1990? Throughout the whole history of the Cold War, we were told NATO is necessary to defend Western Europe from the Russian hordes. Okay? No more Russian hordes.
How
What
good did
happens
that
to
work?
NATO? It expands. Okay. It expands to the east. Its mission changed. Its official mission now is not to defend Europe from the Russian hordes.
Speed's
It's
good?
to control the global energy system, sea lanes and pipelines, and to serve as
This
a
could be the
US
very last
non-intervention
broadcast
force.
from here, man.
Well, we're all educated intellectuals, but we can now ask a question. What was the nature of the propaganda we were fed all those years? I mean, if NATO was there to defend the West from the Russians, why is it now expanding right to the borders of Russia, becoming a global US intervention force, protecting sea lanes and pipelines and so on? What that tells us is all the talk about the Cold War was just a pure lie. And there's plenty more evidence for that, which we can go into. Educated intellectuals don't pursue this line of thought, but it's a pretty obvious one. Well, going on to Ukraine, Mearsheimer's point is that for any Russian leader, whoever it might be, Mahatma Gandhi, Ukraine is right at the core of their geostrategic concerns. For Ukraine to be taken into NATO, which is what is
like Mexico to us,
would be a very serious threat to Russian security, quite apart from historical interests, which go way back, the origins of the Russian Empire, in fact. So yeah, you can give arguments against Russian interference in eastern Ukraine.
Wow.
After the coup that took place there, but it's a complicated story, and the West is not without its
2.5 minutes left.
Significant initiatives there.
So I hope that people appreciate this information. Again, I just want to give you real quick about the pipeline that I teased up top.
Oh, check it out.
So there's a pipeline.
Really quickly, let me just say one thing.
Okay.
Let's take a second to acknowledge the
Who covered the pipeline first, guys? Who's been talking about the pipeline forever, right? And now this, all of a sudden, Jimmy's mentioning it.
insane hypocrisy
I was all over the fucking pipeline, guys.
of all these
Nord
warmongers
Stream
right
2.
now, who spent the last 5 years hyperventilating over Russia allegedly stealing some emails from Hillary Clinton and putting out some social media memes on Twitter and Facebook. Okay, they were comparing this to Pearl Harbor at 9/11. They see nothing wrong with flooding Ukraine with billions of dollars in weapons and trying to bring it into a hostile military alliance on Russia's borders. The delusional hypocrisy of these people is stunning. And Russiagate, the thing we opposed for 4 years because it was so insane, has brought us to this moment right now. It's completely
You got more people over
normalized
there?
the insane
I don't know.
chauvinism that is driving this war right now.
100%, yes. So here is that the pipeline was built to send gas directly from Russia to Germany, bypassing Ukraine and removing a source of income, as well as a strategic choke point for the former Soviet state. In Europe, the debate over U.S. sanctions is viewed as a play not only for energy security, but for lucrative energy markets, violating territorial sovereignty even as they claim to preserve it. Sanctions are an aggressive instrument in a fossil energy war, Claudia Kempfert, an energy economist, told a German newspaper. She said both Russia and the United States are using natural gas as a political weapon. So that's a big deal because the United States wants to get that natural gas market for us in the United States and not give it up to Russia, which then will control even bigger percentage of the energy, and they'll give them more control in Europe. So now I think they have it 30%. Well, God damn it, why didn't I look this up before? But it's either 30 or 40% of the Europe's energy comes from Russia. And so that's what this is about. And if you don't support it, if you don't support Ukrainian Nazis, you're a right winger. That's what people are saying right now.
All right, man. He's in Tampa on April 6th. He's in Tampa on April 6th. The Improv. Huh. I got 8 viewers, guys. Love y'all. Thanks so much for watching. I just want to tell you guys that the 8 of you are my gold. Thank you, guys. I've still got coffee, though, so. Lucky you. Look at you.
Doing live stand-up comedy in Los Angeles and Houston and Addison and back in Tampa, Des Moines, Omaha.
That was really weird. I guess my fucking hand hit the wrong button there on the keyboard. Okay, let's put that there. Let's get rid of that. If Jimmy only knew all these topics you've covered way ahead of anyone else. I got 2 people on the big channel, huh? It says 2 watching. Wow. It's crazy. $44,200. Bitcoin's at 44,200, guys. It's up in them 40s. The Bollinger Band is it's 54. The next Bollinger Band might be 54. Just saying. It's All right, you guys. I can finish my kafefe. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. All right. Whenever and wherever it's from. Follow at Nave's Garden on Twitter. Okay. Bye, guys. Jesus, fucking 3 hours. It's 3 hours just about. I didn't realize. He gave you a little bit of bonus. Remember, it was an hour and 18 minutes. I was like, I think I'll keep going. We ended up going 3 hours. All right. For the 8 of you. Bye, guys. My pizza. It's my little pizza. That's my little pizza right there.